Greetings, bike guys. Here we are on the third session of our getting prepared for Vegas to Reno. Stick around. Well guys, in the previous videos that we did, I was out getting ready to go for the Vegas to Reno run. I'm going to be running it with my son Chris and his good buddy Joe, and we're going to do 3 riders over 560 miles, give or take a little bit there. So I needed to get out on my SWM 500. We're going to be riding the SWM 500. I think there's a video up now on the bike itself. And so I was trying to get out and get a little bit of high-speed work in and just, you know, get in the flow of things for that. Because as you guys know from watching the channel, a lot of times I always find myself in a canyon or some creek bed or something like that. That's all good, but when you get out there and you're running all 4 hours at speeds up to 90 miles an hour, you have to kind of change your mental perspective. So I tried to get out and do some more of that, and guess what I did? I ended up in some rough stuff, as I usually do. I'm not one to follow roads. I'm not a road rider. I am a trail rider, or a trail racer, desert racer, or whatever you want to call it. But I enjoy going fast, and most of the 100-mile desert races that we have in our area are typically a little bit of road and a lot of trail, which I appreciate that. Boy, you can see the washouts going on here. A lot of our trails, we had a lot of rain and snow last winter, and I'm on some trails that don't get ridden very often. And here's one that just continually got tighter and a little rougher and a little gnarlier here and there. Anyway, this is some of my fast track, that high-speed training. You can appreciate that, I think. But I just wanted to share, we're leaving this Friday, probably about the same time this video is coming out. We're going to be out in the desert doing it. And then we're going to try and get some video of the race from a couple different riders' perspectives, and then we'll stitch something together and try to make a little bit of a story out of it. And I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be quite an adventure for us, although I've done long distance races before. The other 2 riders haven't done them that long. Chris has done a whole series of 250-mile races, but when you add another 300 miles to any race, there's all kinds of things that can go right and a whole bunch of things that can go wrong. So anyway, it should be interesting riding as we go. Anyway, the bike I'm riding is that SWM RS 500, and the one that we're going to be racing is the same bike. It's just modified differently than this one. This is one of my personal bikes. I just like to take it out. When I feel like riding 4-stroke, I get on this big boy. It's 500 cc's, and it's got that big long stroke motor in it, and it's just fun to ride. It's a very good desert bike because it has a slightly longer chassis than many of the European 500s, and it handles that high-speed stuff really well. So that's one reason I'm not too worried about getting out on the real high-speed stuff. I'll settle in after a couple of minutes of being on the bike and just start picking up the pace as I go. But anyway, I thought I'd throw in some interesting riding here in northern Nevada, where we ride a lot. And I apologize as we go into the video a little further. Must have got the camera bumped. It got down too low and that sort of thing. I hope you guys can appreciate it. It's not as easy as just start the camera and you end up with a nice video. It takes a lot that goes into it. My editor does a good job of cutting out a bunch of the silly stuff or the boring parts and stuff like that, and tries to put together something that I would enjoy watching. And if I would enjoy watching it, I'm sure you guys will too. So here we go. Stick around and I'll give you a comment at the end. Well, thanks for hanging out with us at Bike Guys. We'll talk to you when we get back from the race, and we'll give you some heads up on that. Thanks again for subscribing. Thanks again for sharing the videos, and we do appreciate your comments. You guys are the best. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.